When I started making jewelry, I did not think about how much social media would play a role in my business. It is 80% of the work that I do and 20% is creating jewelry, if not more. The 6 things that I wish I would have known before I started my handmade jewelry business. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Adriana. I've been running my handmade jewelry business for almost 3 years now, and these are the things that I wish I would have known or that someone would have talked to me about before I started my business. The first thing, and I was kind of like mentally prepared for this, although I didn't think it would be this long, you likely won't pay yourself for a really long time. I've been doing this for 3 years now, almost 3 years now, and I've never paid myself from my business. I work a full-time job and then I do this on the weekends and after work. Every single penny that I've made from the very beginning, I've reinvested back into the business to buy more tools, upgrade my tools, buy tools that make my job easier. I started my business with maybe $300. I was making clay jewelry, and then I took the proceeds from that and started buying things to get into silversmithing, and then it just snowballed from there. So everything that is in my studio has been a complete reinvestment from the very beginning. So thankfully, because I did have a full-time job, I was able to continue reinvesting. If I were to have jumped in and quit my job and had to rely on this alone, I wouldn't have been able to grow my tools in the way that I have. So it's a give and a take. This may be different for you, but this is how it's been for me. 3 years reinvesting, growing, and not a penny to me. I'm hoping that that can change soon. There have been many times where I've told myself, okay, you're done reinvesting, you're done buying tools, just reinvest in materials, but that day has not come yet. So that also brings me to number 2, which is you will never be done investing in yourself and in your tools. There is always something that can be improved, a new skill that you can learn, whether you pay for an online course or you go take a class or you want to try something new. So for me, I just invested in some casting equipment, and I wasn't planning on doing that for a very long time, but here we are. The amount of times that I have told myself that I am done buying new tools, that was a long time ago. I know that there will always be some tool or something that you see that you feel like can improve your process or make your life easier. So again, 3 years later, and I'm still acquiring new tools that make my work better or make my job easier. And yeah, it seems like the list is never ending with the tools that I want or the equipment that I want. Number 3 is social media. When I started making jewelry, I did not think, I mean, it's kind of a given at this day and age, but I really wasn't thinking about how much social media would play a role in my business. It is 80% of the work that I do and 20% is creating jewelry, if not more. Creating reels, creating TikToks, YouTube shorts, this YouTube channel. Marketing your jewelry will be the majority of your business. Just filming everything that you do. Whenever I started my jewelry business, I just wanted to make pretty things and then take a picture of it, which I love photography, so taking beautiful photos of them and putting them online. That's what I wanted to do. I never wanted to be on Instagram as much as I am. I never wanted to do social media as a whole, although, side note, I do love YouTube. This has been extremely fun and fulfilling, so I'll remove YouTube from the whole social media realm, but I never wanted to be on my phone this much. And yeah, I could have never guessed how much of a role that social media would play in my business and the success of my business. If I don't post or if I slack on posting, sales go down. So they're just hand in hand. So take lots of pictures, video every little thing that you do. A reel a day is ideal. And yeah, social media will be king. I'm sorry, but it just is. So the next one is that your style is going to change over and over and over again. Unless you're someone who just like really knows what they want and knows the direction that you're going in, great. My style over the last 3 years has changed so much, which I talk about in my video about my journey getting started. in how, because my style has changed so much, I've been thankful to have slow growth so that no large groups of people were here for one particular style. Everyone that's here is because they've been following for a while, or recently I've grown a lot more, and so people that are here are for the style that I have now, which truly is my style now. So yeah, it's just, your style is gonna change over and over and over again, but you will know when you get there, when you make that first piece where you're like, this is what is like in my heart, this is what's been in my head. I always loved what I made in the past, and I always thought they were beautiful pieces, but up until maybe this last year, I hadn't had like a real connection with the jewelry that I was making. So that time will come, it will take time, and as you are making, you will get to that point where you feel confident in what you're putting out. And the last one is to be prepared for people who are going to try and negotiate your pricing. I was so surprised that people would be willing to ask you what your best price was, or to negotiate your pricing on something that you literally made with your two hands and put so much time and effort into. And also, making jewelry is an expensive craft. It's a lot of tools, material, time, physical labor. I mean, no one ever goes to Kay Jewelers or to Jared and asks them what their best price is. That just doesn't happen, and they don't ask for discounts, you know? I just genuinely never expected people to be so bold as to ask you to bring your prices down. On that same note, and I'll leave it in the same category, there will be a lot of family and friends that will ask you for a family discount or a friend's discount. You have to be comfortable saying no. It is the most uncomfortable thing in the whole world. I would never go to someone and ask them for a discount for what they do for a living. But people will do it, so just be prepared to say, you know, I don't do a family discount, or there are certain times where I like to offer a family discount, but please don't ask for one, because it puts me in a really uncomfortable situation. You know, this is how I pay my bills, or this is how I keep my business alive. I give people discounts, family and friends, but it's when I want to, or that should be your choice when you give a family discount or a friend discount. And there are people that I do that for, but it is really awkward when someone asks you for one and they aren't in that group of yours. I'm sorry, my mother, you're getting a family discount. My sisters, you're getting a family discount. Just to be clear, by the way, my mom and my sisters have never once, my best friend has never once asked me for a family or friends discount. The people asking for family and friends discounts are people that I haven't talked to in years. Family members that I haven't talked to in years. The people that love you and actually want to support you and want this to be what you do for a living, they will not ask you for a friends and family discount. They just won't, okay? So be comfortable telling people, no, I'm sorry, I don't do that, but this is how much it costs. I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I've been put in that situation at least 5 or 6 times, and it instantly makes me mad. Maybe mad's a strong word, but it just shocks me. And every time I'm just like, oh, okay, that's what you care about, or that's why you're finally messaging me after a few years, you know? It's just insulting. So be prepared. So those are the 6 things that I would have liked to have known or talked about before starting my handmade jewelry business. Honestly, there's probably many more other than that, but those are the top ones. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something. Best of luck in your journey. I've never once regretted starting my handmade jewelry business, and it's definitely come with a lot of challenges. I'm just hopeful that someday soon this can be what I do for a living, and I really do feel like this year is going to be different. So hope you learned something from this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.